Hello, I'm EnterElysium and welcome back to From the Depths. As you can see, I've done some minor upgrades off screen. I've basically, well, maybe not minor upgrades. I've ripped out the resource area, replaced that with a new resource area with metal. I've gone through, I made a little control area for us that currently just has like the fortress control in it. And basically went through and was like, you know, I need to do metal and I need to do it now, but don't need to really do it on the camera, so we're going to start with the interesting stuff today, and I think what we should do is, we should probably put the torpedo tube I was talking about down so that we can, like, shoot boats and stuff, because the enemy probably will be using boats when they come for us, maybe. Possibly. Yeah, so let's do the torpedo thing. So if we go below, I could just vertically drop the torpedoes. That is actually really tempting. Just vertically drop the torpedoes. Don't even point them at an enemy. And they'll find their way there. Now, the downside about that is that it has slightly less range, because I could always just do a fast-firing torpedo with the ejector system, be like, eject towards the enemy, and it'll give them a massive kick. Basically, they get more range. But just dropping the torpedoes means I don't have, like, movable parts, they're better defended. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to drop torpedoes. I'm just going to have drop tubes for them. Because they're going to be cool, right? Just being able to drop the torpedoes and just let them find their enemy. Like, go! Hunt your enemies! Right, so I want, for start 0. Then I want missile torpedo, missile connector, and I'll need a layer of these. So, how tall is this? There'll be 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ejector block, well, not ejector block, but, you know, the end block. Then 6-way connectors. In fact, I can actually remove a 6-way connector and I can use F for fill. Lovely. And then from the bottom, I can do the same if I get out the launch pad. Yes, that is right. F for fill. Take out the center one. And then laser emitter. Yeah, that should work like a charm. So then it's just to have a case of have a missile control block. Missile controller. Are you connected to a missile controller? Not connected. Okay, the missile controller has to like connect on certain points. Connected. Connected. Okay, so we then put a AI local weapon controller controlling 1 weapon. Put a failsafe on board. Because at the end of the day, why not, really? Then, we go straight to a mainframe. Connect to mainframe. Then we go a card slot, front-back card slot. I'm really proud of this. This is going to be awesome. Aim prioritization. Wrong one. Aim point selection. And I want you to prioritize, I don't care very much about speed. I really don't care about altitude. In fact, altitude bad. So no points for altitude. Set value per range. Don't care that much about range. You're a fairly long range weapon. That's all fine. Target mainframes. We'll put your limit to engage at about 1200 for now. We can adjust that later. And then, this is where the fun starts. We get the... Where is it? That's cannon. Missile torpedo. Ah, where are you? I want a staggered fire add-on, actually. I will add that now. Boop. Apply a 0.2 second delay. In fact, I might have that set a bit more. 0.5? That'd mean we fire over the course of 4 seconds. A bit slow, maybe. I'm going to have 0.3. That means we'll fire over the course of 2.4 seconds. Right, missile block. No. Right. Fill. 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 And then I want 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then, right, these are going to be torpedoes. So what they need is a torpedo propeller, laser designated receiver, 2 fuel tanks, 2 fins. Don't need prediction guidance because they're laser designated. Frag, frag, frag. I don't need quite so many thrags. I'll be honest, they don't need quite so many thrags. I can give them an extra fuel tank. They will go forever with an extra fuel tank, which is actually fine by me. I want, like, long range. Anyone else? I don't think I want anything else. I think I'm happy with these, which is odd. Propeller, 3 fuel tanks, 2 fins. We'll have like a 30-degree arc of frag. Then a really tight one, 15-degree arc of frag. Explosive warhead, that's to like get the initial hole, which the frags will go through. And then the laser designated. By the way, the reason I'm doing this sort of angle thing is so instead of like firing all over the place fragmentation, in which case, you know, not a lot of it's going to hit the target. I want a tight cone going into the target, so explode. That opens a hole in their armor. Frags go in a very narrow degree. Then the frags go in a slightly wider degree, just to maybe open the hole a little bit wider, do a little bit more, you know, general damage. And this should go for a very long time. But actually, I forgot what I needed here, and that was a 1 turn. Now, 1 turn means as soon as it leaves, it will turn. The unit will direct the missile to the correct course of facing when the correct course the player was facing when they launched the missile. So, you know, in terms of the AI, it will direct it directly towards the target. As soon as it gets out the tube, it will turn. And that's exactly what we want. Because we want it to leave the tube, turn, and then head in the direction of the enemy, rather than having to, you know, do a turn with its fins or whatever. It might be tempting to put like a magnet on instead of one of the frags, but I honestly think this should be high damage. So I'm going to assign to all. And I think this actually should work right now. I think this is... Let me just check. I think it's good to go. Yeah. Right, so if we open up blocks, metal block, color picker, flip main, blocks, metal block. Four diagonal. Now, it doesn't really work because I use the 4 diagonal. But it will save me... It'll save me blocks. That said, it won't work. It just won't look right. So for now, we're going to use a metal slope down. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Oh god, I didn't rotate you, did I? One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we need a corner piece. Yeah, there we go. That is going to be beautiful. I really can't wait for an enemy to come along and feel the wrath of this. Like, I think you're good. I honestly think that this is ready to go. I will quickly adjust this to tell it to only engage targets at about a kilometer range, because I think that's about how far the torpedoes will go. I think that should be pretty amazing. And the thing is, like, this is completely modular. We can keep adding stuff to this. We could add more of them. Now, in theory, we can't add too many because they will start to interfere each other with their line of sight from the beams, but it should be fine. We can just expand it for a start. We could just make it bigger and drop more torpedoes. And that'll be amazing. Right, so I've gone ahead and skipped a little bit ahead. I needed to like go into like 10 times speed and pull all so that I could actually get some resources because I've gone ahead and I've put a ceiling on most of the area, and I've also done a really important thing, and replaced the floor in the ammo stock room with metal rather than wood, because that was a little bit on the dangerous side, which I didn't fancy getting shot there and then dying. So there's that. So I've gone ahead and I've like basically given everyone like a metal ceiling, and I've put this area in front that we're going to put a cannon on, and it's going to be pretty big. It wants to have a lot of ammo and fire fast. So, new object. It's going to be a 360 turret. And I'm going to go 360 precision. Now, the reason... Right, there's three different turrets that aren't just a plain 360. There's torqueless. That allows you to not apply a force on the object that it's spinning around on. So, in space, if you turn one object one way, the other object's going to turn the other way. You know, Newton's, you know, kind of... They counteracting a force type thing. One, you know, an equal and opposite reaction. This doesn't do that. As the only turret, only goes, like, rotates. It doesn't go up or down. Precision turret is the same as the ASI only, slightly slower, but more precise. And more importantly, you can have a block attached to it rubbing on block of the base, whereas on an ASI they catch in a friction. In the precision turret they don't, because it's very precise about how it rotates. So I'm going to put it here. And it's not coloured. Ah, it is, okay. I mean, that's probably... I'm going to turn it off for the moment. Right, we're going to go AI. Actually, I'm going to put the AI underneath. So this doesn't matter. Okay. We're going to go to custom cannons. What I'm thinking is a 2-barrel cannon, only a couple of gauge increases, and I want it firing pretty fast. I want it firing many times a second. So we're going to go for 6-way connector. And we should probably put the firing pieces... If we put a firing piece here... Oh, I need a mirror line. Sorry, mirror line. I need you. Right. Firing... Put the ammo boxes going sideways backwards. That works. Put the... firing piece here. So these are our firing pieces. These are our guns. We need an elevation barrel. The elevation barrel means you can get a lot of elevation. It allows you to have a higher vertical field of fire, which is cool because the precision turret doesn't give us a vertical field of fire. Motor-driven barrel retains the verticality. In other words, basically, if you don't have motor-driven barrels, it will start to lose its vertical motion. Motor-driven barrels basically give it a bit more force. So that's elevation, that's a motor-driven barrel. And you can get away with a motor-driven barrel every like barrel section. So normal barrel, motor-driven. So what we should have... There we go. Elevation 80, azimuth, so that's side to side of 22. But I want the elevation of 80. That's the highest you can get for an elevation on a precision turret. Accuracy. I'm going to increase the accuracy a little bit. So we'll just make it a tiny bit longer. I don't need to worry about recoil. It's a fortress. It's fine. And accuracy of 1.25. That's good. Might change that a bit later. But for now, that's fine. I think I may have scuppered this a little bit. Yes, right. Okay, so we want to go back like that. And then this shouldn't be a connector. It should be a block, metal block, and a plain metal block. The reason is I don't want these two cannons connecting. I don't want them trying to share stuff, because I want them both firing, like, independently. I mean, they'll fire together, but I don't want them, like, one of them taking more gauge increases or something. So we're going to go back to the custom cannon. We're going to grab a automatic orientation autoloader, and in theory, they should orientate entirely the wrong way. Okay, let's try over here. But they're not mirroring. Okay. Let's do this the old-fashioned way. Manual direction. There we go. And let's put some there. And I think we should be good with this. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to put on a couple of gauge increases. Gauge increases basically mean the bore of the cannon increases. And the reason I want a high bore cannon is because it does more damage. So look at that, that's 317. Reload time of basically every 6 seconds. And then accuracy actually goes down because a higher weight projectile is harder to be deflected by, say, air and stuff. So it tends to go in a straighter line. We're going to put ammo boxes on. That should increase the rate of fire. So we check the cannon now. No. Why have you not increased the... Is it because you're on the wrong way around or something? Still the same. Ammo box. I am putting on ammo boxes, right? Not connected. Not connected. Not connected to firing piece. What is wrong? Oh, is these firing pieces up? These firing pieces are upside down. I think. Or maybe not. Let's check. Yeah. Apparently you can only hit it from the side, not underneath. The things you learn. Okay. Put a gauge increase there. So we're looking at a reload time of 0.57 seconds, inaccuracy, blah, blah, blah. We can increase the speed of fire rate. That's definitely what I want to do. I want this to be fast firing. It needs to be able to engage airborne enemies. That's really the big one I'm worried about. I mean, it also needs to be able to kill ships. I'm not asking much, am I? It needs to be able to kill ships and airborne enemies. Reload time of 0.19. I think we can get that higher. I think that can go higher. And if it can go higher, it's going higher. So let's extend this. Actually, no, let's not extend this forwards. Let's extend this forwards. Oh, wrong one. And rotate this round. And then... put more ammo boxes on. That should increase the rate of fire. Down to 0.1. That's because I haven't got the gauge increases. Gauge increases prevent you going over a certain amount. So if we put the gauge increase there... and... I don't really want to put the gauge increase there. But I will. 0.19. Okay, so that is actually the maximum it can go to. 0.19. It won't go any lower. If I delete 1, how much can we get it to? We can get it to once every 1.5 seconds. And you know what? I want it firing fast. I do want it firing fast, so maybe I can settle for that. I mean, if I take another one off, the damage goes down quite a significant amount. We go down from, 300 to 200. I feel that I'd happily have a little extra damage, 50% extra damage for a slightly longer reload time. That's a 50% extra reload time. But I feel that's fine. Now, we know that some of these boxes aren't doing anything. Because, still 0.15. Still 0.15. Still 0.15. Still 0.15. Still 0.15. I don't need to go anymore. I can know right now that if here's the thing, right? Okay, you have ammo in your main stockpile. You also have ammo in the gun. The gun has ammo depending on how many ammo boxes it has. So not only do they increase the fire rate, but they also tell you how much ammo you've got in the gun. When the gun is out of ammo, it will pull from the stockpile, but it pulls slowly from the stockpile to the point where the gun, if it fires fast enough, will just go, duh-duh-duh, stop. Duh-duh-duh, stop. And I need it to fire fast, so we're going to go with some more ammo. But firstly, I want armor-penetrating warheads, because if I'm going to fire at an air target, I want to be able to go straight through the air target. I want to be able to mince it. Arm penetration 9. We are badass. Let's also get some explosive warheads in. Explosive damage of 84, AP of 9.1. That's okay. That's okay. Now, we definitely need to add more ammo, because if we check the firing piece, you can see it says ammo use 15 every, shot. Every shot, 1.15 seconds. So we're looking at roughly 7 times the ammo use, so we're roughly looking at 100 ammo per second. Ammo, 28. That means after 28 seconds, it will be done firing. It will be like, yeah, I don't have enough ammo. So I'm going to add more ammo. They don't need to be necessarily attached by connectors, I believe, by ammo connectors. I think you can just add more ammo attached to these. Ammo, there we go. So we've got 54 seconds worth of ammo. So I'm going to clad this in metal, and I will be back with you shortly after I finish cladding in metal. And welcome back to the nearly finished turret. Now, one thing I wanted to show you before I finish it is miscellaneous shield projector. Bam. And if we go into the shield, seriously. There we go. Zoom out. Want it on reflect. And you see the little shield has popped up. Now, actually, looking at that, it's a little bit low down. Can I have my shield projector one higher? Yes, I can. So I'm going to delete. Modify shield. Reflect. And the idea is this is going to defend the turret against incoming enemy blasts. So if we put the power up, it's using 333 power. We will change the elevation. Pull the range back a little bit. And the idea is this is to protect the front of the armor of the turret. I don't want a shot penetrating and doing massive damage and taking the turret out of action. Even if it truncates the barrels by hitting the front of the shield and exploding, which is unlikely, it normally ricochets or hits the barrel, it'll still be able to fire. And that's what I want. So I might just increase the height a little bit more. There we go. That looks really good. I'm digging this. I am digging this. So that's going to use quite a lot of our power. But we're okay for now. We're okay for now. I did lower us a little bit just to make sure. And I've just got to finish off the back. So I'm going to finish off the back, do a white stripe down it, and I'll be back with you in a second. There we go. And isn't it a beauty? So all we got to do is set the AI, which should be fairly simple. And maybe increase the size of the thing it's sitting on. And by the way, we've had massive amounts of resources come in, and I'm actually going to exit build mode and have a quick look at the map. I'm not being attacked yet, which is good, because I have not set this up, and I want this cannon set up. So if we enter build mode... Actually, can we take control of the cannon? Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, not every shot is arm-piercing, actually, looking at those number of shells. If we're firing too many of them that will be arm-piercing, the ones with the white trails are not armor-piercing. Wow, that was pretty loud. Sorry about that. The ones with the pink trails are high explosive and armor-piercing, and the ones with the red trails are just high explosive. And they're rare, because it's got a lot of armor-piercing ammo, but not enough to continually fire. But it's got a pretty fair range. Let's give it a bit of a... Fire. Caps lock. Yeah, we are actually on a high explosive shell right now. And we managed to get 1,000 meters. 1,100 meters. 1,200 meters almost. Okay. That's pretty good. That is pretty damn good, if I do not say so myself. So we are going to enter build mode. I want to go P. That sounded completely different in my head. And I need to take this block out, because this is where we have the AI system sitting. Now, if we go fleet main, color, set a mirror line. And then we need to go a little bit more in front as well. Okay. Right. So if we pull back, you can see up here, if we go there, that is the bit we need to get the AI on. So if we get 0, AI, local weapon controller, and we place it here, controlling one weapon. Awesome. Could we sync everything into the ceiling? We probably could do, actually. Failsafe. I definitely want to failsafe on you. Except this block is in the way. God damn it, block. Oh god, which block did I delete? I did delete the right block. It just didn't look quite like it. Okay. And then AI mainframe. And that'll be like connect to mainframe, controlling one weapon. And then we put a card slot on. That'll be a left, right. Left, right, left, right, left, right. There we go. Put that there. Delete those. We can now access the card slots, and we'll be like, I would like target prioritization. I would like to get rid of the mirror line. And I would instead like an aim point on this side. Aim point. Prioritization. Okay. Altitude. Favor altitude a little bit. In fact, yeah, favor altitude a fair bit. Mainframes. Speed. Yeah, favor speed. Range. A little bit in favor of range being close. In fact, actually quite a bit in favor of range being close. And I feel that that's pretty good. Now, mainframe, not mainframe, sorry, weapon controller. Weapon controller. Failsafe. Ooh. Range. That's cunning. Okay. No, I want the range to be set at a max range of... I'm going to make sure the max range is like 1,000. Now, I know it can go slightly further than that, but I want it to be reliable at range. Okay. And I will leave that hole in the ceiling for now. Like, I might cover it up later, but like, fill it in with what I mean. But for now, that's fine. So, let's just go check the cannon. Let's see what the final stats are. Inaccuracy of 1.2. That seems reasonable to me. That seems very reasonable. It's still going to go for its ammo in 74 seconds. Fine. It's a shame there isn't arm piercing in every shell, but most shells do. And I must say, that looks pretty damn sexy. I am liking the look of that. Nobody's coming yet. Good. If I take control of the weapon... AI wait and control on turret. Yes. Awesome. Right. I've been EnterElysium. We're going to end the episode here. Next episode, I think what we do is we finish cladding and we maybe change the dock. And we start on a boat. I mean, the boat's going to take a long time. There will be some building off camera for the boat. But I think we just finish cladding, make it look slightly prettier on the outside. Although I'll do a lot of that off camera. What we'll do is we'll talk about the defenses and stuff on camera. And extend this way a little bit. And maybe put the dock underneath this area. And what I might want to do, actually, is increase the power of our engine. Because right now, we're actually down to a little bit, not great power. I'd like to be a little bit higher. And the problem with the engine, actually, if we untab, if we look through this wall... The engine, where's the center? Here. If we go through this wall, you'll notice that we're very close to that. Now, I don't know necessarily if the engine will hit it. I presume it would. Let's go into build mode. P. No, the engine can actually pass it. Technically, the engine would build through here, right next to it. So that's actually fine. We can extend out here and have a stronger engine. I think I will. I think I will do that. And then we can start thinking about putting shields in important places. But frankly, I think we're good. We could build a laser. I feel fine about a laser. I feel happy. I've been EnterElysium. If you like, remember to like, not subscribe. Please consider subscribing. And until next time, stay shiny.